Hello and good morning. I'm Angela Brown, and I'm here today on this Live with Impact episode. And we are talking about emotions from the Live with Impact series, which is the insights and wisdom of Omuugn. So, are your emotions making you a mess and making you screw up and do stupid things? Or are you able to control them and manage the situations and the negotiations of your day to day life? How are your emotions affecting you? It's a really great topic. So please help me welcome Omuugn. How are you today, Omuugn?
Well, I'm doing really well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. We've had almost a week of rain, and we have to create our own sunshine from within during this particular time of year, but it is possible.
It's interesting because at this time of year, there are a lot of people who get seemingly depressed, and they call it SAD, SAD, which stands for seasonal affective disorder. And there are people that during the rainy seasons and it becomes winter and it's cold outside, they literally become sad and flustered because they don't have that sunshine, like you mentioned, from coming from within.
Emotions are really part of an important aspect of who we are. We have our intellectual self, our emotional self, our physical self, and our spiritual self. All of them are important, and we need to maximize all of them. We're not trying to suppress emotions. We're trying to put them in their proper perspective. And in all of those different areas, we mature, hopefully. Sometimes we have experiences when we're young, and those experiences stick us or fasten us in a place emotionally. Those things can plague us throughout our entire lives. We need to really understand what the function of emotions are so that we put them in their proper space and we can over time come out mature emotionally on the other end. So it's important to understand the different aspects of emotions.
I want to back up for a second because I happen to know you very well. For those of you that are just joining us, those of you that are watching the replay, Moon happens to be my dad. I know, super cool. I have 19 brothers and sisters. And so as a father of 19, he had the opportunity on a day-to-day basis of dealing with not just a kid, but many kids in all different ages, different levels of maturity and different levels of experiences and managing a whole entire series of emotions on any given day, every day of raising a family. So I want to talk about that for a second. As a kid, there was a whole bunch of stuff that I was unaware of, but being the dad, tell me, how did you manage so many different emotions every single day and help everybody get along?
Wow, that is a big question. At one time, we had 7 teenagers for 8, and at the same time, we had little toddlers and kids in diapers. So there were a lot of emotional things happening all the time in our family. When you get in a situation that you're new to, you have to learn along with everybody else. We had our share of mistakes, but we found that if we were consistent in teaching things, that it helped everyone understand. And the younger children, as they came along, would see the older children hopefully behaving well. Much of the training would take place by observation. And I think that worked pretty well. If you don't have an idea of what you want your environment to be, your environment can go out of control very easily. So I think those things help to temper the emotional stability of everyone. Everyone knew what to expect, and they knew what the systems were that were running in the home. Everything was organized, and that really helped with the emotional stability of everyone.
I do know that there were some times where there was chaos. It would be like there would be something surprising happen, like, hey, we're in a hurry and someone has lost their shoes. So there were things like that that were like, whoa, let me see if I can hurry and fix this. So, how did you manage those? I'm going to call them anxious moments. How did you manage those kind of emotions?
I remember one time we were at church and a lady came up to me and she said, "Do you know your little boy has different colored socks on?" And I said, "Did you notice that his shoes don't match either?" We're lucky that we could find enough socks and shoes to put on him. One of the things that I learned was that most everything that happens to us, it's temporary.
Mhm,
So much in our lives will just pass and go on.
mhm.
I think it was Marie Osmond who said, if you're going to look back at something and laugh, you might as well laugh while it's happening. And so that was kind of our attitude. Don't get caught up in the moment. Just take life as it comes. Life is not going to be plan A all of the time, and seldom is it plan B. We had emergencies several times a day in different ways. So we learned not to get uptight over those issues. Those were just things that happened on a daily basis. There are solutions to almost everything. A little common sense, a little patience, a little tolerance, being cool and laid back, and things are not going to upset me.
What a great way to end this conversation. I love this. This is the insights and wisdom of Omuugn. We are on volume one, and this is volume one of two volumes. The first one takes us through different topics and ideas that help us become better people and better families, better business people, better humans. So if you haven't already, pick up your copy. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Omuugn, for sharing with us your insights and your wisdom. Until we see you again, please live a life of impact.
Thank you.